It's my pleasure and great honor for me to introduce to you Dr. Mrs. Poonam Johri. A dynamic and versatile teacher, has worked for 37 years in Ingraham Institute English School. A prolific writer, has written books and textbooks. A beautiful human being, striving for excellence and good aesthetics in everything she does. We are extremely glad to welcome her today to give away awards and give her views on today's theme, Three Pillars of Constitution.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, accept my Republic Day greetings, the day when our Constitution came into force in 1950. Our Constitution has whole structure on strong three pillars: legislature, executive and judiciary with specific powers. That was an intelligent decision because by giving specific powers to each pillar, it set up something called check and balance. History has shown that unlimited powers in the hands of one person or group in most cases means that others are either suppressed or their powers are curtailed. Thus, separation of powers in democracy is to prevent abuse of power and to safeguard freedom for all. Make sure that these three pillars interact in equitable and balanced way. Thus, they are the strong pillar structure for the Constitution. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you. Democracy.
Good morning, sir. My name is Parth Sharma and I am also a class 12 student in Ingraham Institute English School. We know that the preamble of the Indian Constitution starts with "We, the people of India."
Yes.
Here in India, we have democracy and people have huge responsibilities in their hands. If they want, they can even change the whole government altogether through elections. And we see that people exercise their power in various ways. And one such way is by protests and demonstrations. But according to the Article 19(1)(a) and 19(1)(b) of the Constitution, people have the right to protest peacefully. But in the past few months, we have seen when people were protesting against the new citizenship law and verification policy at Shaheen Bagh, albeit the Indian farmers' protests, we find that these protests had violence at their connotation. So I want to ask that, is protest and demonstration against the government a right way of presentation?
No, this protest is their democratic right. But violence in any protest is really, we don't want that, and it should be condemned altogether. People can say their things in democratic matter, and one should honor that. In the bill which you said, Citizens Amendment Act, people even doesn't know what exactly it was. It was not against any citizen of the India. People who will be coming from this Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan, they will having the Hindu, Sikh, Buddha, Christian. If they come from these countries and who have come to this country before December 14, there is provision that they can have citizenship in India, because these religion which I have told you, they are in minority, and their Muslim majority has not treated them well, and it's the biggest thing that Honorable Prime Minister Modi thought, that the citizens who is not having proper right, who is not having proper their values, and they don't have proper education, proper rights, so they should be allowed to come India. And if they request Indian government according to the rules and regulations framed, they will be given Indian citizenship. So it was not at all against any Indian citizen, either Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, Christian, any religion.
So can we say that because of lack of awareness or lack of knowledge of the policies, all this protest turned into violent centers?
Yes, of course, I agree to you. Lack of knowledge and some of the people who really don't want that India should progress, they tell other stories to those innocent citizens, and they do such type of things.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
The students, they have a lot of queries, sir. They can ask anything.
Please carry
If you
on.
permit, sir.
Yes, please. I will be happy to answer you.
Ask.
So like we have seen in the clippings that the media shows on news, that we have seen that in the 0 hour at the Parliament House, it turns into a ruckus and people are throwing things over each other and they're banging the desks. So what kind of disciplinary practices has the government or the constitution prescribed which are not followed in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha meetings?
Now the chair has the right to punish them, but generally it is practiced that we tell them to behave in proper manner. And in the parliament it is rare, not a regular practice. But still I feel it is not good.
Yes.
Sir, I would like to ask you one thing. When you have represented Ghaziabad, and you must have met other representatives from other places also. What difference you find in your interactions with them about our constituency? What do you think is we as principals or students need to do?
No, see, the principal and the student has a big role because the students are future leaders. So we have to teach them in proper way that they have to respect the democracy, they have to respect people of the India. And if they don't feel that the things are not going in the right direction, they can protest, but in a democratic manner. As you asked me about Ghaziabad representative and other representative, I feel people have different problems in different areas. See, if you see Ghaziabad per capita income of citizen of Ghaziabad is much more higher than the citizens of the east of Uttar Pradesh. We have good development, so we think that we should have more development. In last 6 years, we have seen Eastern Peripheral, Meerut Expressway, Hindon Airport, metro, lot of infrastructure. This RRTS maximum portion is passing through Ghaziabad. So we want more development. But the citizens and representative of other part of the state, they want at least they should be given to them.
Some share should go to them.
Yes. So different representative of different parts, according to their local constituency, they ask the things.
And what do you think is your biggest contribution to Ghaziabad?
See, when this metro work was going on, it was stuck, you might have seen. So I and district magistrate, Deed and district magistrate Ghaziabad, we went to urban development minister and we asked that central should release the funds because track was ready but rolling stock was not being released because central fund was not coming. So we requested urban development minister. Then he released the fund and metro started. Even in Hindon Airport, I and the then district magistrate spoke to Honorable CM to send the funds early so that things can start. So,
I know only having your own airport is actually a big privilege to all the citizens.
yes, and अगर कोरोना नहीं होता तो अब तक तो यहाँ से बहुत सारी फ्लाइट शुरू हो जाती। अभी मैं आपको बताऊं कि गाजियाबाद से कम आने वाले फ्यूचर में 25-30 फ्लाइट शुरू होने जा रही हैं। जो दिल्ली इंदिरा गांधी एयरपोर्ट है वहाँ पे इस समय किसी भी नई फ्लाइट के लिए जगह नहीं है। ऑल्दो दे हैव बिग रनवे, इतना बड़ा एयरपोर्ट है, तो जो भी वहाँ के लिए अप्लाई करता है तो वी आर सेइंग टू शिफ्ट टू हिंडन, बिकॉज अब एलिवेटेड रोड और मेरठ एक्सप्रेस वे बनने से दिल्ली का डिस्टेंस तो बहुत कम हो गया है।
Very well connected, both ways.
हाँ, जैसे ये हुगली की फ्लाइट शुरू हुई और कई पार्ट्स की फ्लाइट जो हैं बहुत ही, कोरोना की वजह से तो अभी रेगुलर फ्लाइट्स नहीं चल पा रही, बट इन फ्यूचर देयर विल बी लॉट ऑफ फ्लाइट फ्रॉम हिंडन एयरपोर्ट।
What are our future plans for our constituency? Something which is coming up, if you would like everybody to know.
We want that industry should revive, because there are many sick industries in Ghaziabad due to old technology. Plant's feasibility is not there, so we are planning to have revival of the industry.
So regarding that new education policy, when it will start actually?
So it would have been started from this last July, but due to the corona pandemic, we feel that in coming July it will be.
Okay, so it will change.
It will be changed. It's have you gone through the whole policy?
Yes,
It's one of the
yes.
best policy of the world,
Yes, sir.
and it's really student will feel good. एक बहुत अच्छी बात इसमें जो आई है, जैसे आप ग्रेजुएशन में 12th के बाद बच्चा जाता है,
Yes, sir.
पहले क्या था 4 साल का ग्रेजुएशन, अगर 4 कंप्लीट नहीं किए किसी भी कारण से तो वो 12th पास रह जाता है।
Yes.
अब उसने 1 साल किया है तो सर्टिफिकेट, डिप्लोमा,
That is a very difference.
जितना उसने पास किया उतना उसको सर्टिफिकेशन मिलेगा।
So after 12th, they can take any stream.
Yes,
after.
yes,
If they
yes.
have interest in
They can
humanity,
change subjects at any time. So it's the biggest thing.
leaving medical.
Yes, ये तो एक बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट है। इसमें तो मैं तो 2 बार मिनिस्टर साहब से मिला था, गाजियाबाद के विकास सुभाष जैन जी एंड ऑल दे ऑल वर विद मी, विवेक निशंक जी। और इस बार अच्छी बात ये थी जो ड्राफ्ट बना, उसमें ड्राफ्ट जो कमेटी थी उसमें कस्तूरी रंगन साहब, इसरो और साइंटिस्ट एजुकेशनिस्ट थे, वो बन के भी पब्लिक डोमेन में था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर। फिर उसमें वो मांगे गए थे सजेशंस कि इसमें और क्या हो सकता है। वो जितने सजेशंस आए उन सबको पढ़ा गया, कमेटी में रखा, एंड देन फाइनली इट केम। तो जब चूंकि सबका इसमें योगदान है, तो जब चीज बहुत सारे सजेशंस भी आते हैं, उन पे डिस्कशन होता है, तो इट कम्स रियली इन ए गुड वे, एंड वी फील कि जो एजुकेशन में लोग हैं सबने इसको वेलकम किया है। और स्टूडेंट्स का भी जो इसका एक और सबसे बड़ा फायदा होगा, अभी तक हम लोग क्या कराते थे कि बच्चों को सिलेबस दिया और रट्टा मारा और पास हो जाओ, वो चेंज हो जाएगा। स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं वो उनका जो लर्निंग प्रोसेस है दैट विल बी बेटर।
So, but what about the rural areas?
वहाँ भी होगा।
क्योंकि वो तो बहुत बैकवर्ड भी होते हैं, कैसे करेंगे बच्चे?
नहीं, देखिए ऐसा है ना, जो टीचर्स हैं वो तो वेल ट्रेंड हैं, तो और उनकी मॉनिटरिंग, उनको इक्विपमेंट्स, उनको फैसिलिटीज
Government will provide everything.
अभी तो देखिए इस बार इवन ट्राइबल एरियाज एकलव्य schools are coming around.
Yes, sir, yes.
500 eklavya schools are coming, which will be as good as any private school you can say. उससे पहले सर्वोदय, सेंट्रल स्कूल्स, तो इन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया अलॉन्ग विद स्टेट गवर्नमेंट काफी काम कर रही है एजुकेशन पे।
Thank you so much.
सर, ये कोरोना वैक्सीन तो आ गई है, लेकिन लोगों के मन में अभी भी डर है कि ये सक्सेसफुल है या नहीं, लगवाना है नहीं लगवाना।
It's quite successful. WHO has praised it. एंड अभी जिन लोगों ने लगी है दे ऑल आर हैप्पी। अब उसमें 1-2 केसेस हैं, बट दे आर नॉट ड्यू टू दैट वैक्सीन। अभी मान लीजिए किसी को प्रॉब्लम है और वो प्रॉब्लम उसकी बढ़ रही है, तो उस वजह से कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुई है तो है, अदरवाइज इससे बिल्कुल टेस्टेड है। एंड अभी तो ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज सेंड इट अराउंड 12 or 13 कंट्रीज राइट नाउ। बांग्लादेश, म्यांमार, नेपाल, भूटान, ब्राजील प्राइम मिनिस्टर हाँ मोदी जी का लिख के भेजा है कि संजीवनी हनुमान। तो आप देखिए, जबकि ब्राजील तो बहुत बड़ा कंट्री है और नियर टू यूरोप, बल्कि फाइजर के जो रिजल्ट्स हैं वो उतने अच्छे नहीं हैं। एंड यू विल बी हैप्पी टू नो दैट विद इन 2 months India will be having 3 more vaccines. India will be the only country which will have 5 अपने वैक्सीन होंगे। और एक और मैं आपको बताऊं, वर्ल्ड में लार्जेस्ट वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चरर है इंडिया।
तो हम लोगों को कब तक अवेलेबल हो पाएगी?
बाय मार्च।
So what about the reopening of the schools for till class 8? I'm talking about 9 to 12. They are coming
I feel soon, in a month.
because the parents are not giving the consent. That is the some are
Actually, we
coming,
don't
some
want to compel the parents,
Right.
but soon it will start. आप देखिएगा कि बहुत आने वाले समय में हो जाएगा।
You have a wonderful other 11 months of this year.
थैंक यू, सेम टू यू। आप सबको भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आने वाले गणतंत्र की बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बालिका दिवस की शुभकामनाएं। एंड आप तो अच्छा काम कर ही रहे हैं एजुकेशन फील्ड में, तो आई विश यू गुड लक ऑलवेज ऑलवेज ऑलवेज।
On behalf of all of Engram Institute, our good wishes are with you and greetings of Republic Day.
थैंक यू।